This is critical. This is a major breaking news alert. All right, we just had the president come out of the Oval Office. All right, Biden himself just made a emergency announcement from the Oval Office, and he has declared that this war is happening. All right, we are moving into a massive world war scenario, and this is so important that Biden just made this announcement from the Oval Office. This is the second time he's ever done this, so you need to be getting ready because this announcement was just made tonight, Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Biden just made this official White House announcement saying that we need money for war. There are going to be massive wars in Israel, in the Middle East, and he even said Taiwan, and they need tons of money for these wars. That's what Biden is saying right now. He's announcing that these wars are official and the U.S. needs to get involved. And the U.S. actually just did get involved. They just shot down missiles that were heading towards Israel right now. All right, there's a Navy destroyer in the Red Sea, and they just countered these missiles that were heading from Yemen, apparently. That's what they're saying, towards Israel over the Red Sea. And the U.S. Navy just shot these down, right? So we are already playing an active role. We have 2,000 troops on the ground right now in Israel as well, doing reconnaissance and doing aid missions right now. And now we have Biden himself, after this trip, he's coming out and announcing at the White House that this is it. These wars are happening and we need the money. He's asking the American people and he's asking Congress to please fund and support this massive world war. That is what is happening right now. All right. We also just had the U.S. State Department issue a worldwide emergency travel alert. Worldwide emergency travel alert saying that Americans could become under attack at any time. And they're saying this is worldwide. This could happen in any country, including America, and saying that Americans are being targeted and American infrastructure is being targeted as well, and American assets worldwide. All right, so you need to be getting to a safe location. You need to be able to protect and defend your family to full capacity, legally and lawfully, but you need to be able to do that and protect your family, because we are on the edge of a massive major war. All right, so you need to be getting prepared. You need to be getting your family ready. You need to be getting away from these major cities, and you also need to be getting stocked up right now. Get extra food right now. I was just at the grocery store a couple days ago. I got another bag of rice. I was like, do I really need this? This is like $12, $13. Do I really need this? I grabbed it. All right, because I just know that tensions are high right now. Tensions are high. Get stocked up on your precious metals as well. Gold, silver, coins, all these coins, silver dollars, all these Susan B. Anthony coins, these dollar coins, all these different coins are going to be extremely valuable in the future as well, and you need to have stocks of those. And you also need to be stocked up on lead and copper and munitions. All right, this is something that you definitely need to have a major stock of and be able to protect and defend your family. All right, so let's dive into what's going on here, into this big news. First, we will talk the details of what Biden is saying. He's declaring major wars and the U.S. is going to get involved, and we need this money in Israel and Taiwan now. He just announced this, and we also just had a U.S. State Department emergency alert issued for saying that Americans are under attack, and this is a worldwide alert. All right, they're saying anywhere you travel, and they're saying even in the U.S., this is worldwide. Americans are being targeted right now, so they're getting us ready for something big. We could see a major event happen that changes everything and drags the U.S. into this war completely. All right, we already have 2,000 troops over there, and if one of them gets hurt, that could be a trigger to get the US even more involved. All right. And we just had major attacks actually on US bases in Iraq and Syria just today. And we actually did have some casualties from these events. All right. So big attacks are happening all over the world. We're having domestic cyber attacks hitting us as well. And they are getting us ready for something big to happen so they can say, look, we need to either declare martial law domestically and have a clampdown, or pass some new set of laws that are going to be draconian and Orwellian, or we need to get extremely involved overseas and send military units over there and US troops on the ground overseas in an active war in the Middle East and potentially Taiwan. All right, these are the scenarios we're dealing with, and this is what Biden just announced. All right, so Biden just had this Oval Office announcement, and he is asking for $100 billion for Ukraine, for Israel, and for Taiwan and China situation. Right now, this is happening, and he is saying that the world is on fire and things are getting so critical that we need this money right now. And he's coming to the American people. That's why he's doing this Oval Office announcement and saying, look, I want you guys to support these wars overseas. I want you to support a massive world war. That's essentially what is going on right now. And he wants $100 billion to do it. All right. So that's what's happening. And it's so critical that this is the second time he's ever done this. And he's coming out doing this Oval Office address right after he just got back from Israel to announce this emergency aid that he needs for these wars, because he's saying these wars are cooking and they're going to get worse, and we need $100 billion right now from Congress. When is this going to end? When is this going to end? This is part of the reason we have massive inflation and everyone's pocketbooks are melting right now. This is why nobody can afford anything, and inflation is out of control. The debt's at 34 trillion. It's going to be 50 trillion before we know it, and we're on a point where our money is not going to be worth it. And this is a very dangerous situation because a lot of the US dollar value is backed in military power. So this is how we are having to assert our US dollar dominance, is with our military instead of with our economic power. And this is a major reason why the US is moving towards a massive war, because that's the only way to protect the dollar at this point, is to fund these wars. All right, because there are alternatives now. There are bricks, there are challenges to the dollar's hegemony, and we are moving towards a multipolar order within the world. All right, we also just had the US State Department. They just announced that there is a worldwide emergency travel advisory, right? And they are saying that Americans are under attack and they need to be able to defend themselves and be on high alert, right? They're even urging people to sign up for this tracking system just in case you are in an emergency overseas. And that's probably something I most likely am not going to sign up for, but that's what they are recommending right now. All right, you can see here, worldwide caution. This was just issued today, the same day that Biden made this speech. None of this stuff is an accident. None of this stuff is an accident. We are seeing this play out. This is a major script, and we are moving towards a massive world war, right? We know this is coming, and it's getting closer and closer every day, right? That's why you need to be prepared. That's why you need to be ready. Don't be scared of these events, but you need to be ready and be able to defend yourself, protect yourself, and also be able to survive and have means in case there's an emergency. But you can see here, due to the increased tensions in various locations around the world, the potential for attacks, demonstrations, or violent actions against U.S. citizens and interests, the Department of State advises U.S. citizens overseas to exercise increased caution. Stay alert in locations frequented by tourists, enroll in the Smart Travel Enrollment Program to receive information and alerts and make it easier to locate you in an emergency overseas. That's what I was talking about, this program they want you to sign up for, and to follow them on Facebook or Twitter. All right. They just put out an emergency worldwide travel advisory for every country worldwide. I'm not even sure they've ever done this before, but this feels like we are back in like 2002, 2001, 2002. So make sure you are on high alert, especially if you are traveling and if you are in big cities and you are going to big gathering events like concerts or sports games, things like that. They've been doing a lot of simulations and drills on these major stadiums. I've made multiple videos on it the past few months, how they are running these massive biological, radiological drills at these stadiums all around the country. All right, a lot of them are focused kind of in the Midwest right now. That's where most of the drills have been, but they are getting ready for something big, and we need to be getting ready for it too. All right, and you should have filters, HEPA filters, all these different things. Carbon filters should be a part of your preps as well, in case the air is contaminated from an event like this. And we also have Israel evacuating their embassies. The US has been evacuating some of their embassies as well in the Middle East. But you can see here that the US has evacuated their embassies in Bahrain, Jordan, Morocco, Egypt, and Turkey. All right. So something big is going on. They're getting those people out of there for a reason. We could see attacks on US embassies and US assets overseas all over the place. All right. That's a big worry. And we had this happen before in Benghazi, and that happened over a decade ago now, but we could see a repeat where a US ambassador is under attack or a US embassy is under attack, and we see a major issue and the US gets drawn further into this war, or a Israeli embassy is under attack and that forces them to get drawn in more, or the US gets drawn in more. We're in the fog of this war right now, and anything could happen, right? All these sketchy stories are coming out every single day on both sides, and it's really hard to believe what's going on and process what's going on fully around the world, right? It's really hard to just get a accurate picture, and that's why a lot of the times I don't even comment on these specific events, because there is a lot of fog of war stuff going on, and we could be purposely being dragged into these situations. And ultimately, we want peace. We do not want a massive world war, because once that happens, we could see nukes dropping on the USA. All right, we are moving into very dangerous territory. We've already been in a proxy conflict with Russia. Now we are about to be in a proxy conflict with Iran, and we could see major problems with oil prices, and the oil reserve is at its lowest level right now in 40 years. And we also could see a conflict with China and Taiwan right now as well. All these things are bubbling up, and even North Korea is sitting back there in the background just waiting. All right, and all of these countries have nukes. All of these countries have nukes, and it's even in Israel's documentation and their war documents and their war doctrine that they have this option where they can release nukes, right? They can release a massive amount of nukes if they are an imminent threat. A lot of countries have this doctrine. I believe Russia even has a similar one, but Israel has one. It's called the Samson option, where they can release a massive amount of nukes if they believe that they are inherently going to go down as a country, right? And that could cause problems all around the world, having this material released into the atmosphere and entering the jet streams and entering the environment, the water, the food supply, everything, especially if a massive amount are launched. And we could see in response to that nukes flying towards the US. All right, so this is very dangerous territory that we're heading for, and we need to be getting prepared. You need to be getting away from these mega cities. All right, I'm telling you, they've been doing radiological drills. They just did a massive one with the National Guard just a couple weeks ago at a stadium in Iowa. All right, I made a whole video on it, and we could see a radiological event in the US. All right, so make sure you are away from these mega cities. Make sure you are prepared. You have iodine, some kind of nascent iodine, elemental iodine, or potassium iodide pills or something along those lines as well. Those are the two top options for fallout situations, all right, to saturate your thyroid gland with good iodine. All right, so these are the things you need to be looking into. You need to be getting ready for, because they are dragging us into these wars right now. And Biden just announced from the Oval Office saying that we need $100 billion for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan right now. And he actually said we need some money for the border with Mexico as well, because he said this situation is getting out of control and we could see security threats from there as well. So that was actually a bonus. That was something I agree on, but it's kind of too late. It's kind of too late. We've been wide open for years and years and years, and especially the past few years, it's been a flood, and it's a national security threat. And these people are set up in these mega cities and in hotels getting paid, and it's so bad that the National Guard is monitoring and seeing over these hotels, all right, because it's such chaos there. They pretty much have like martial law in a lot of these little sectors all over New York City, Boston, Massachusetts, all these mega cities. They have the guard there having these people that came over, and they are essentially in little martial law camps, and they're getting free housing, free phones, free money, all this stuff. Something's going on, and it's highly suspicious. So please hit it up for me down there. Let me know what you guys think is going on. What do you think of this address from Biden? What do you think of this State Department worldwide alert? What are you doing to get prepared? I want to know what you guys are doing, because I'm kind of stuck here right now. I'm kind of stuck in the middle of nowhere right now, and I'm trying to get to a safe location. I'm a little worried here with all this stuff going on, right? So let me know what you guys are doing to get prepared. I'm just trying to stock up on more stuff, have more things in my RV here until we get it fixed, until we are mobile again, because right now we can't even move. So get stocked up, get ready. We could see a big event coming soon where the US gets dragged even more into this war, and then we could start seeing attacks on the US soil, especially major cyber attacks hitting the banking, and especially 100% hitting our supply chain and our critical infrastructure, because that's already happening right now. I made a whole video on that, how the feds issued an emergency alert for critical infrastructure, and Google and YouTube just went under the biggest attack ever. All right, so big things are going on. You need to be getting ready. Please hit that like for me. Hit that subscribe button as well if you want to get notified for more videos. And I'm going to be posting all the time to keep you guys updated, because there's a ton of big breaking news, and we could see it pop off anytime. We could see shtf pop off any moment. All right, so thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.